In the southwestern United States lies one of the most remote and arid regions in the country, the Great Colorado Desert. This desert and its potential have captivated people for centuries. Surrounded by towering mountains on three sides, this portion of the desert in Southern California is known as the Coachella Valley, an area that has been transformed into a thriving agricultural and recreational center known around the world. The valley is home to Palm Springs, Cathedral City, Desert Hot Springs, Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, Bermuda Dunes, Indian Wells, and La Quinta, and the agricultural-based areas of Indio, Coachella, Thermal, Mecca, Oasis, and the Salton Sea communities. This is an area recreated out of the barren desert, a dynamic year-round agricultural region and the center of Sunbelt living in Southern California. And one ingredient made it all possible: water. Water is what transformed the Coachella Valley. But back around the turn of the century, there was too little water to support life in the desert as we know it today. But the people still came, hard-working people, farmers, planners, dreamers, the kind of people with the vision to see the desert's potential. They conceived and developed a water delivery system unparalleled in the world. And as they managed what they had created, the desert turned green. The Coachella Valley evolved into a diverse area dedicated to agriculture, to fertile croplands, to productive vineyards and orchards. And dedicated to recreation. Vision and water did it, and water management sustains it all. "5:30 a.m. The Zanjeros, the men who service the water needs of the farm community, are arriving at the Coachella Valley Water District headquarters to pick up their irrigation orders for the day. During the night, the mainframe computer has offloaded the previous day's water orders into a device that has revolutionized water management in the valley, a handheld microcomputer. The microcomputers contain all the information the Zanjeros need to perform their jobs. As the Zanjeros service their wide-ranging routes, the microcomputers store billing and other information that will be offloaded into the mainframe computer at the end of the workday. Zanjeros are the day-to-day interface between the agricultural community and the water district. And as orders are filled, the Zanjeros have the opportunity to gather first-hand information about the farmers' future water needs, helping contribute to efficient water management. 7:55 a.m. in the electronic environment of the district's control room. Time for a shift change in this 24-hour facility. The new man will tour the entire 1,000 square mile water district electronically without ever getting up from his swivel chair. As each station along the vast water system files its report via sensors and microwave telemetry, the data is instantly displayed. Gates, siphons, water levels, water flow rates, pumps, reservoir levels. Information from all major components within the district is constantly displayed and updated, permitting the operator to meet the ongoing demand for agriculture and domestic water. Right now, there's a slight rise in the flow rate at milepost 48.3 on the Coachella Canal. With a touch of a few keys, the operator adjusts the flow rate, keeping the system in balance. He can do the same all along the entire canal. 9 a.m. Time for a morning confab between the district water master and the National Weather Service meteorologist.
Southern California desert from the system. But later on in the week, we could end up with some precipitation, but not for right now.
This disturbance off the coast of Mexico, is it going to give us any problem?
I doubt it. It's moving northeast, and it should stay to the southeast of us.
Keep me posted.
Will do. Take care.
Weather is important to the watermaster because, like his namesake on the wagon trains of a century past, he controls the irrigation water needs for the entire district. It's his job to predict, days ahead of need, the water requirements for the entire farming community. When he establishes his morning order for water, that order will be based on weather forecasts, field information from the zanjeros, historical weather patterns, and a shrewd instinct developed over the years. And he rarely misses.
Imperial? Hi, Sam. We'd like to raise our flow 100 feet. 100 feet, that's right. Thank you.
The watermaster's order will increase the diversion of water from the All-American Canal into the Coachella Canal by 100 cubic feet per second. But it will take that water a day and a half to travel the 122 miles before it can be distributed to the valley farms. Water is always in the process of arriving in the Coachella Valley. It begins its journey some 1,400 miles away, amid the lofty peaks of the Rocky Mountains. As the snow melts, the water flows down a pathway carved out of the terrain eons ago. The water hesitates along the way at man-made structures such as Hoover Dam, storing water for use downstream. At one time, the Colorado River was the scourge of the Southwest. Without warning, it would suddenly flood vast areas, claiming lives and leaving destruction in its wake. But back in the mid-1930s, the Boulder Canyon Project and the construction of Hoover Dam by the Bureau of Reclamation tamed the river. Even by today's standards, the Boulder Canyon Project is mind-boggling. "10:30 a.m. Water from the huge Lake Mead Reservoir behind Hoover Dam is being released to fill downstream orders for Arizona, California, and Mexico. And as the water leaves the reservoir, it creates clean hydroelectricity for use throughout the Southwest. "200 miles downriver, the water slows at the Imperial Dam Diversion Facility, the last major control structure on the American side of the Colorado River. Trash barriers screen out debris accumulated during the journey. Mechanized desilting ponds remove suspended materials in the water so they won't clog up the canal system. The clean, desilted water, sparkling in the desert sun, starts its journey down the All-American Canal. "40 miles from Imperial Dam, the Coachella Canal branches off from the All-American Canal. Built as part of the Boulder Canyon project, these canals are the backbone of the irrigation systems that bring life to the desert. From the turnout, the water will flow to the Coachella Valley, dropping 1 foot per mile on its journey. Major portions of the canal have been lined with concrete, preventing water from seeping into the ground. Gates within the canal permit the water flow to be regulated, balancing water delivery with water requirements. Prior to entering the first underground intake for delivery to the farms, weeds or floating debris can be removed by a uniquely engineered trash removal system designed by the district. If there's a problem, sensors alert the control room. With the touch of a computer key, the machinery can be activated, clearing the canal. Keeping the canal free of foreign materials is not all mechanical. Fast-growing water weeds have become intruders in the canals. If left unchecked, the weeds could clog the canals. That's why the Coachella Valley Water District has become a leader in a program that uses sterilized Chinese carp to help keep the canals flowing. These voracious fish can eat 3 times their own weight in water weeds every day. This activity is being coordinated with other water and government agencies throughout the desert. Water that's not diverted into the underground distribution network for irrigation is held until needed at Lake Cahuilla, the terminal reservoir. In addition to a stored water supply for the farms, Lake Cahuilla is a delightful recreation center. The Coachella Valley is actually an ancient sea bottom. Eons ago, geologic upheaval lifted the land. As the water drained, it left the land saturated with salts and minerals, a lifeless wasteland. But land reclamation has changed all that. Today, fresh water from the Colorado River flows through a subterranean distribution system to the high point of every 40-acre parcel of land. More than 60,000 acres are irrigated with this imported water. Land to be reclaimed is first brushed and scraped level. Laser-controlled tractors assure a flat surface. Trenches are dug to a depth of about 8 feet. Pipes are placed in the trench and connected to the district's underground drainage discharge system. The pipes are covered with gravel, and the trenches are backfilled with soil. Next, the field is flooded. As the water seeps down into the soil, it carries the salt with it. When the water reaches the depth of the discharge pipe, the salt-laden water is carried away into the Salton Sea. Cleansed, the land has been transformed into rich and fertile soil. Here, the desert turned green in more ways than one. If it can be grown, chances are it can be grown in the Coachella Valley. The dollar value of farm products grown in the Coachella Valley is one of the highest per acre on earth. 1:17 p.m. The pupils in this Coachella Valley school are learning canal safety from the district's educational specialist.
No novice. And so when we say no novice, when we turn it into English, what does that mean? Don't swim. That's right. And of course, we do not want you to swim. No way. We liked our picture so well that this is what we did, boys and girls. We actually made, after we took a picture of this, we made our big canal safety sign. And this is exactly what you will find out on our huge, long canal. Read it with me. You know the words. Stay out and no novice. This is the big...
With all its benefits, it must be understood that the Coachella Canal is a dangerous place to play, and the district wants everyone to know it. 2:10 in the afternoon. Work crews are finishing clearing this flood control catch basin to make sure there will be capacity to trap runoff water in case of a storm. Cove residents once lived under the threat of sudden and devastating flash floods. Water may still build up and surge down the mountainside, but now the storm water is guided into a network of storm channels that even utilize low-laying fairways of valley golf courses to carry away the water. If the storm water flow is heavy enough, it may find its way through the channel system to the Salton Sea. But storm water and snowmelt usually just disappear into the ground in the Whitewater River channel, helping recharge the vast underground aquifer beneath the desert floor. Through an exchange agreement with the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California, Colorado River water is also helping recharge the aquifer. At the upper end of the valley, water from the Colorado River aqueduct is released into the Whitewater River channel, where it flows into percolation ponds to seep into the ground. Metropolitan takes possession of the same amount of water as allocated for the desert communities from the State Water Project. To assure that there will be adequate water for the future, the district suggests that consumers use water wisely. At district headquarters, water laboratory chemists are finishing their daily water testing. Samples from wells and reservoirs are checked for purity. Maintaining the delivery of high-quality water for both domestic and agricultural use is another of the ongoing tasks of water management in the Coachella Valley. More than 60 wells located throughout the district serve the domestic water needs of valley residents, from the growing resort centers to the more remote areas adjacent to the Salton Sea. Electric pumps lift water into elevated tank reservoirs, ready to flow by gravity to Coachella Valley homes and businesses. The domestic system, too, is monitored electronically from the control room at district headquarters. With the touch of a computer key, electric pumps at well sites are activated, keeping reservoirs at their operating levels. Domestic meter readers, like their counterparts, the Zanjeros, also use microcomputers on their service routes. The mini handheld computer has revolutionized water service management throughout the Coachella Valley. And yet, despite modern technology, some problems resist solution. 4:30. Only a half hour more to accept water orders for tomorrow's delivery.
A water service manual. Okay, Mr. Knight. What's the meter number, please? Okay, just a minute. Let me bring that up on the computer. Okay, how many inches? 75 inches, starting tomorrow? Okay, for how many days? For 1 day. Okay, that's 75 inches.
Eliminating paperwork, Mr. Knight's water order has been efficiently recorded to be stored into the mainframe computer. During the night, it and other water orders received this day will be offloaded into the handheld microcomputers for each Zanjero's route. 7:18. While Valley residents relax, modern wastewater treatment facilities are hard at work. These advanced treatment facilities enable the district to convert raw sewage into water clean enough to irrigate parks and golf courses, helping to keep the desert green. The desert has turned green all right, but none of what has been accomplished here would be possible without water and without wise and efficient water management. Fortunately, the Coachella Valley has always had dedicated people who helped create and who continue to sustain life in the desert. Day and night, around the clock, the men and women of the Coachella Valley Water District are helping to keep the desert green. Vision, water, and water management have helped transform the Coachella Valley from a barren desert wasteland into a dynamic agricultural and recreational center known around the world. And while the Coachella Valley Water District has played a vital part in what the valley has become today, it continues to plan for tomorrow, when once again, a Zanjero will set out in the pre-dawn coolness to turn on the water that turns the desert green, sustaining life and fulfilling the promise and the potential of the Coachella Valley.